We're at the Gatehouse restaurant of the Culinary Institute of America. The Culinary Institute of America is a school where they train all of the best chefs before they start to work in the fine dining establishments around the USA. So generally you have very high-end, high-quality chefs here that are all in training. The Gatehouse restaurant is the working restaurant for the Institute. That gives them a chance to practice their craft and serve things in a real restaurant. It's a really high-end meal for a fairly low-end price. Now, this is a splurge. It's not going to be cheap. We'll probably pay about $100 each for the dinner, but the dinner is certainly worth more than that 100 each that we're paying. And the 100 includes wine pairings with every course. She's going to get the salmon. The second course, I will get the shrimp, and she'll get the squash soup. For the main course, we'll both get the steak.
How would you like this steak?
Medium rare. So they started us out with some focaccia bread. They started us out with an amuse-bouche, which is, and that means to excite the palate, and that's chopped scallops with herbs. And we're really looking forward to this dinner. We're going to have a good time. Let me try the amuse-bouche. Okay. Luckily, I actually like scallops. While I don't like fish, I like shellfish. And scallops are a good shellfish. Amuse-bouche. Amuse means to excite. Bouche means the mouth.
Sounds like a mush-bush.
Yes. Bouche is the mouth. Amuse is to excite. So it's to excite the palate.
Okay. Mush-bush.
It's really good. The scallop is fresh. It's got a lot of citrus in it. It's got a lot of parsley flavor. It's a really, really nice little... My palate's excited. Now, I ordered a panzanella, which is a tomato and bread salad with cheese, and it looks like it's got a little arugula in it and some cucumber. That should be really good. Young got a salmon, smoked salmon, or it's a cured salmon. It's not a smoked salmon. And so, and they gave us wines to match each of our food.
It's very pinky. Pinky. Salmon.
That wine's good. It's nice and tangy. It's nice. This is...
It doesn't smell like a salmon at all.
It doesn't? What does it smell like?
And I don't know. It doesn't have any smell, and texture is a little bit different.
That's because it's cured.
Yeah, cured. It's very different.
Try some wine with it.
Okay.
Because the wine is supposedly perfectly matched to the meal. Yes. Does it complement the meal? Yeah. My wine is really good. My wine's tangy, a little acidic. It goes really good with the tomatoes in my panzanella. It's a nice combination.
What's in it?
Tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes, arugula, cucumber. It's got croutons. It's got some bacon.
Oh, it's pretty much a vegetable. Or
That's got bacon in it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Which one is the bacon?
This. You just took all the bacon.
Oh, it is the bacon?
That's
It's
the bacon.
tomato.
No, that's the tomato. That's the bacon on your fork.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
It looks like a piece of bread.
Yeah, it's not a piece of bread.
Oh.
This is a piece of bread.
Mm. That is a very tasty salad.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Mm. Mm. So this one has.
Try this with the salad.
Okay. Mm.
Matches well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Oh, you scared me. You did.
Mm-hmm.
You just scared me like that.
Oh, that's very nice. It's not fishy tasting. It's good.
I know it's not fishy.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and your wine's very good with it.
Yeah. Match perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I was gonna tell you guys what is on my salad. The salmon was it doesn't smell like a fish at all. I'm not sure if this is good or bad. For me, I want to smell of fish. So it's not good for me, but probably most people likes it.
Mm-hmm.
And texture was a little bit different than a little bit harder than regular salmon. Yeah, like a sashimi. It has potato pancake. What is this called? The little thing?
Oh, those are capers.
Oh, capers. Capers. So I'm gonna eat capers with the salmon and potato and salad and everything. I think this is very thoughtful because all these different things because this lettuce gives freshness and
That's actually frisee.
Hmm?
That's frisee.
yeah, and this pickled onion give you a little bit sourness,
Mm-hmm.
and this potato pancake is a little bit like a texture, almost bread like a texture, and sauce and caper has. It's very thoughtful and comes together really, make it taste really well.
I'm enjoying my panzanella salad. It's got a vinaigrette dressing on it, which matches it really well. I make a panzanella salad at home occasionally. I usually use much bigger croutons and a lot more bacon. That's me. What do you want? But this is a really nice salad.
And wine
The wine matches it perfectly.
perfectly. Temperature is good.
This is a nice experience. If you get a chance to make a reservation and dine here at the Gatehouse, you should probably do it. It's worthwhile. There's a slightly more casual restaurant up in the main part of the Institute called the LA Cafe. It's a little more casual, but it's a lot bigger. Right now, it's not open because they don't have as many students due to the pandemic shutdown. So only the Gatehouse is open. But the Gatehouse is the one I wanted to come to anyway because this is a little more refined, a little more elegant. It's very good. It is a splurge. It is a splurge. But you know what? Like I said, every dinner that we have here is going to be a splurge because the restaurants here are some of the best restaurants in California and some of the best restaurants in the country. So we definitely want to take advantage of that.
Oh, this one. Oh,
It's good. It's a good bread.
soft.
Yeah, it's a
Very
fairly
buttery.
good standard
Oh, look at that.
focaccia.
It's very
You dip it
buttery.
in the olive oil and you eat it that way.
Very buttery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
It's
my God,
great.
that is
Really good. We really enjoyed it.
I'm so glad to hear it.
Love the bread.
So glad to hear it. That is our freshly baked in-house focaccia.
Oh,
It's got rosemary in it.
I don't see any rosemary. I'll taste rosemary. Where is the rosemary? I don't see it.
It's very subtle. So the
Oh,
way
this
we
place
ordered
is
this, they're pairing wine with each course. So they're
Mhm.
trying to give you a wine that matches the course, so that if you've got a more acidic dish, they'll give you a little more acidic wine. If you have something that will balance out, maybe you may have something that's a little bitter, and they'll give you something that'll counteract the
Mhm.
bitterness. And so far, they've done a bang up job. So they brought us our wines for the next course. I am getting a shrimp pappardelle, which is a shrimp and pasta. Young is getting a butternut squash soup. They paired it with two different kinds of wines. For me, they gave me a poulet fouché, I think is what they call it, and that's basically a white burgundy. White burgundies are some of the most expensive wines in the world, but they're very delicate, and they'll go really well with a nice light dish like shrimp or scallops or a nice shellfish. She got a Chenin Blanc, which is going to go well with her butternut squash
By the
soup.
way, it's really good.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit sweet, a little bit acidic, a little tart. It's got a nice, it's got a little oomph to it, which will combat the creaminess of the butternut squash soup.
Mm.
So it should be a nice thing. Let's try this. Oh, that's nice. It's very light, very delicate.
This is
It's a
really
good
good,
one.
as you said, a little bit sweet.
Hmm. Yeah.
You can try it. What's that?
It's a kind of Chenin Blanc is a kind of grape. Sometimes they'll serve it sparkling, and you get almost like a champagne type taste. This is a very
This one is
delicate.
more like a Chardonnay.
Yeah,
This
this
one
is.
is more like a champagne.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, we got our next course. Young
Yeah.
got the butternut squash soup. I got the pappardelle with poached shrimp. I will mention also they're doing a really good job playing good music for the
Yeah.
meal. It's classic old songs. They played "I'd Rather Go Blind" by Etta James a little while ago. Just a minute or two ago, they played "Feeling Good" by Nina Simone. They're playing really good, pleasant dinner music. I'm enjoying that too. Okay, time to try this. Homemade pasta, butter poached shrimp.
Mm.
This has breadcrumbs on the shrimp to make it slightly crunchy. It's got a citric acid, probably lemon juice on it as well. And it's butter poached. And it's got some tomatoes. It's got homemade pasta. It's good. It's good dinner.
Yeah. So this was what do you call it?
That's butternut squash.
Butternut squash. Of course, it's different than butternut squash you expect.
Hmm.
Mm. Toasted sunflower seed in the middle.
Okay, I gotta try it.
Mm. You gotta try it.
And you should try some of my shrimp.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just a different surprise.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's a different,
It
right?
has some Asian spicing to it. Like it's got a little bit of star fruit in it, or star anise rather, and it's got some cinnamon flavor. It's got interesting
it's
spices.
cinnamon. That's what I was trying to figure. It's a lot of cinnamon in it.
You want to try my shrimp?
Yeah. Mm.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
I'm enjoying this.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Let me see.
This is something we could come back for next time we're in
Mm-hmm.
town.
You know, Steve, the reason I really like this place
Mhm.
is something new, something very creative that I love it. For example, this one, I never expected. It's something very new, very creative.
Make sure not to forget your wine.
Oh, yeah. So I can really tell this one, the wine is going with the soup. It's really hard to tell what kind of wine I do drink with the soup.
Mhm.
I think it's, for me, it's hard. I'm not that sophisticated.
Well, I can taste that the tastes complement each other. So
Yeah,
that's kind of nice. Yeah.
but the wine is very good.
Hmm. From Napa. Young's wine
Oh,
is a Napa wine.
oh, what's
Chenin Blanc from Napa.
oh, that's good.
Hmm.
I can totally try that.
Hmm.
I mean, a little bit too sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of white wines tend to be sweeter, and certainly Chenin Blancs are sweet.
Okay.
Well, for our next course, we're getting steak. We're both getting steak because the choice was either steak or quail, and neither Young or I are interested in quail, so we both decided to get the steak, and that's going to come, I'm sure, with a powerful red, either a good strong Cabernet or a nice Pinot. But and as Zinfandel is good with the steak, Pinot is good with the steak. You know, it's the strong flavors going together.
You know, good with everything. Very fruity.
Our sister-in-law is in love with Pinot Noir, and she definitely would agree with Young. Thank you.
Really?
Mhm.
So we are having the same wine, huh?
Yes, because we're having the same dish.
Same steak.
A classic thing with a Zinfandel is when you swirl it like that and you smell it, it has a strong cherry smell to it. Um, and Zinfandels can be really, really jammy and strong. And that's one reason they go well with meats like steak.
Ooh, you're right.
Yeah,
I wish you guys can smell. It's very strong. Very strong and raspberry.
that's delicious. Yeah,
Yeah?
very
Oh,
strong raspberry flavor.
oh, smells
That's delicious.
fantastic.
We were told this is from the Dry Creek Valley, which is just a couple of miles from here where we're having dinner. This is a Napa Zinfandel.
Look at the color.
I would get yelled at about this, but I might think of actually buying a bottle or two of this Zinfandel to take home and have with
No.
steak.
No.
Yeah, I knew that would be
No.
the answer. So now I got to buy a case.
No. You're not wasting our money.
It's not a waste if you enjoy it.
No.
Okay, we got for our main courses, we both got a New York steak, and it smells delicious. I can already tell it's going to go great with this Zinfandel. It has a nice little au jus with it, which I'm going to be good and just dip. Of course, you don't want a cold plate with warm steak.
They have a little mashed potato inside.
Mm, that is so good. The sauce is slightly sweet. It's more like a hunter's sauce.
Mm.
It's very good. The steak is delicious. It's cooked perfectly.
Mm.
The
Mm.
mashed potatoes have a slight bacon flavor to them. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's delicious. The steak is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Your medium rare is perfectly medium rare. My medium is perfectly medium.
Like a fried onion
Yeah.
and then a little bit of corn on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And very pretty. Woo.
So this is where the difference between Young's taste and mine come into play. I ordered a dessert. I had the choice of a 3-course or a 4-course meal. I picked the 4-course meal, so that includes dessert. Young picked the 3-course meal because she's not really into sweets. I am. I'm going to enjoy this. This is a pecan bar. It has a little pecan, like a praline, on it, and also a chocolate truffle. But it's also got what looks like custard and a pecan crust, and it's got a caramel sauce, and it comes with a French wine, a Bagnols, which is a sweet red. And so I'm really looking forward to trying this. And I may tell Young that she can't have it because she doesn't want sweets. Oh, that's good. Let's see what it tastes like with the wine. Oh, that's nice. That's a sweet red. It's a Bagnols. It's a French sweet red. And it goes
Dessert wine?
really, yeah, it's a dessert wine. It goes really well with the pecan dessert. It would go fine with coffee, but it goes great with the wine.
May I taste it?
Yeah, you may. I knew she was going to want it.
Wow. Really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Would
sweet.
you like to try my pecan bar? That's nice together. That's really good together.
What is this on top? Ice cream?
This is a praline,
Mm-hmm.
which is pecans and sugar,
Mm-hmm.
and this is chocolate truffle.
Oh.
Doesn't matter if they can see it; I can see it.
Oh my gosh. Mm.
This is good, right?
Actually, this is very good. Mm. The ice cream is so good.
That's a bittersweet chocolate ice cream. It's really good.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. All this food, very creative, but it's not like totally like out of context creative.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it. I very appreciate it.
I think this may be a spot we come back to next time
Yeah.
we're in Napa. I love the bitterness of the bittersweet chocolate.
Mm-hmm. And really
And there's
appreciate it.
actual bitter chocolate inside the ice cream, which is good.
Mm. Mm. What is this? White stuff. So creamy.
That's like a custard or
Mm.
similar to a
Oh,
creme
it's so
brulee.
creamy.
Pecan bar, yeah. I will mention the crust on the bottom is extremely buttery. It's got pecans in it. It's got some kind of a cracker, but it's crunchy, and it's got a lot of butter in it. Really good. For all of you watching, Young was talking about me to make a mess. She dipped the knife in the chocolate, and then she put it on the tablecloth. So now there's a mess on the tablecloth. I'll have you know, I didn't make that mess.
No, I should have put it right here.
So this is a little uncharacteristic. I really did like that meal. I liked it so much, I could repeat the whole meal over again from the start. Young is full. She can't eat
I
anymore.
am. I can drink more wine.
She can
but,
drink more wine.
but I'm full.
Well, that was a very satisfying experience. We will do it again the next time we're in Napa, and this is definitely a worthwhile experience. So if you're up here, think about it a couple of months before you come, because reservations here are hard to get. But once you do it like 2 months in advance, you book your reservation and then you've got it locked in. It's a really worthwhile experience. You're going to spend about $100 a person for dinner, but it's a really high end, worthwhile dinner. And compared to what you get, the price isn't outrageous. It's a really reasonable price for what you get, because this kind of a meal in a standard restaurant, in a Michelin starred restaurant, you're just going to spend $500 for it. So this is a nice $100 meal, and it's worth a lot more than what you pay for it.